What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. We're riding the Green Dragon over the past 48 hours, baby. Here we are. $553 with 5 hours and 27 minutes left in the day. I don't know about you guys, but I've been noticing a lot more people talk about Bitcoin Cash. People that I've never seen talk about Bitcoin Cash before. People are talking about it now. People will literally even on X.com say, I can't believe I'm saying this. That they will say this, quote unquote, verbatim, will say, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Bitcoin Cash's chart actually looks good. These are people who have crapped on Bitcoin Cash, who've said it's a scam before. These people, because again, and this is something that we've talked about at length for for like years now. Again, it doesn't matter how much people have called this thing a scam or a garbage project that will never come back. It's a failed project. It doesn't matter about any of that, because all of them will have to surrender to the TA, to the suggestions in the chart. All of them will have to. That's a call that we made back in 2023, and it's coming to fruition now. Because when you break this massive, multi-cycle, historical trend line, you break out of this consolidation phase that you've only known your whole entire life, you have no other option but to be absurdly bullish. You have no other option. Because from here, it's an easy 200% move. Like the easiest 3x you'll ever get in your life. Easy. And likely we go all the way up to $4,000, which from here, again, would be about a 7x. Okay. Maybe not as easy, but still, it's going to happen. Right? That'll be one of the biggest moves Bitcoin Cash has had in its life, if not the biggest. I theorize 3 different outcomes, right? The least likely outcome, in my opinion, is that we stop here, which is about a 200% move. Stop at about $1,700. The most likely outcome is that we stop somewhere around, let's say, $3,700 to $4,300, somewhere around there. That's the most likely outcome. And then the second most likely outcome is that we see new all-time highs and we push on maybe to the 1272 target of this fib here, or maybe, sorry, the 1414 target here, above that, to about like $52,000 to $6,000, $5,200 to $6,000. In order of likelihood, percentage-wise, I would say we have a 60% chance of this happening, a 20% chance of this happening, and then probably about a 20% chance of this happening too. Maybe a little bit more. Let's say a 30% chance of this happening and then a 10% chance of this happening. I don't know. Who am I to say that? But that's just my thoughts. I genuinely don't expect that we will stop anywhere below $3,000 by the end of this move. We're going to see some rapid recovery. Right? Statistically speaking, when you're in a wedge pattern like this, a giant triangle like this, when you do break out, you return to the top of the pattern. That is the measure move. Right? Some people have told me that the measure move is you take the high of the pattern to the low, and maybe that is what I've learned with these kind of patterns is typically it's to the top of the pattern that you go. You use the measurement if you're breaking out to the downside, but that would take us all the way up to 27K. I have no problems with that. From an all-time high to an all-time low, that's right above our 1414. It's very common not to stop at the 1414, but to go just above it. I have no problem with that at all. I'm just saying it's very obvious from here, regardless of how high it goes, regardless of the statistical probabilities of any of it, it's very obvious to me that we will see targets that are above $3,000 by the end of this move when it's all said and done. And it's very possible that we see this by the end of the year. It's the 22nd of November right now, so we've got about a month and 10 days left in this year, 2025. We're at $554 now. We could genuinely pull a move that is equivalent to what Zcash did in August and September between now and the end of the year. Absolutely. Or more. I've been theorizing for a long time that this next move, it's only gotten more bullish. At first, we were saying it'd be the biggest move of the cycle. Now, we've long anticipated that it will either be the biggest move of Bitcoin Cash's entire life, which means it will be bigger than this move here, or it will be second to that. But it's going to be the most significant breakout ever because, again, breaking out of a lifelong consolidation phase like this, it doesn't matter if you hate Bitcoin Cash. I've got friends. I was just talking to a really good friend of mine yesterday about Bitcoin Cash and how he's never given Bitcoin Cash a thought. And the majority of people in crypto don't, right? The majority of people don't. It's Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash. And if you like Bitcoin Cash, people think that you're just some kind of weirdo, I guess. I don't know. We are weirdos. We're a bunch of dragon riding weirdos for sure. But now there's some merit to everything that we've been saying. right? If we broke out to the downside, if we were doing this, you guys, we'd be having a different conversation now. It's hard to be bullish in that situation. A lifelong consolidation phase breaking out, there's no way you could be bullish there. There's no way you could be bearish here. Absolutely not. Doesn't matter if you've talked smack about it before. If you're open-minded, if you're intelligent, if you are aware of opportunities as they come and you don't look at things with emotion but logic instead, you will see this for exactly what it is. This is the priming of a move that's about to eclipse anything we've seen in years. I don't talk about any other coins like this. I was talking to another buddy about this, another crypto buddy about this. I'm very confident in a lot of the coins that I hold. Cookie DAO, Onyx Coin, KTA, Compound. I'm very confident in a various amount of coins. Maybe less confident in Compound. And there's more coins than that. I'm just drawing blanks. Moonrocks, shout out to Moonrocks. I don't talk about other coins like this on a daily basis. Like every single time I make a Bitcoin Cash video, you get a little bit of this preaching because there's no crypto that exists that I'm more confident will be here in 2030, will be here in 2050, 2090, 2285. I'm no more confident about any other crypto than I am about Bitcoin Cash as far as its longevity goes. And with this, Bitcoin Cash, I will say this again because a lot of people, if you're watching this video, I'm going to guess the majority of you have not ever had the pleasure of dealing with a 100x in crypto. You hear about people getting them, it seems like they're just passing them out in the bull market, 100x's left and right. You see these charts going from their lows to their highs and it's like, oh, I could do that. Guess what? It's not that easy to get a 100x. But Bitcoin Cash will be the easiest multi-100x of your life. Of your life. You want to retire early? All you got to do is put your life savings in Bitcoin Cash and wake up in 10 years. There you go. Are you at retirement age? You're at 60? Well, that might not work out as well. You know, you never know, right? 60 to 70 though, especially with today's technology, most people would be around by then. Most, you know, the average rate. The average age of mortality is like 83 or 81 for men. I think it's higher for women. Even in your golden years, there's still more than enough time to appreciate the value that's going to come. It doesn't matter who's watching this. I don't care if you're 60. I don't care if you're 18 and you're watching this. If you're younger than that, I mean, if you're younger than 20, congratulations. You're going to be fine, and so will your great grandchildren. Like, good job. But for anybody else, you know, time is of the essence, and I get that. It'll be a matter of no time at all before this thing is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, imagine it's 2030 and Bitcoin Cash is worth what Bitcoin's worth right now. First off, it's going to be worth dramatically more than this. But even 2030, that's less than 5 years from now. 2030 would put us at about 84K if we were to see Bitcoin's price right now. That's a 150x. I'm telling you guys right now, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I've been wrong before. I can be wrong again. I'm absurdly confident that by 2030, Bitcoin Cash won't be worth $100,000. It'll be worth multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. When I tell you, and that right there, guys, 200,000, that is a 400x almost, 395x. If you want a multi-100x in crypto, you hear about these gains, you want spectacular gains, you wish you were one of those people who bought Bitcoin at $553, well, here's your chance. It will be the easiest multi-100x you have, and it will be difficult in certain ways. I want to look you right in the eyes here. I want to look you right in the eyes. It will be difficult in certain ways. You are your own worst enemy whenever it comes to this. The people who bought Bitcoin BTC at $500 or lower, like me, I bought it at $258. That was my first time buying Bitcoin. I didn't hold it. I made the mistake once. I'm not going to make it again. And second chances rarely come in stuff like this. This is an absurd opportunity. Bitcoin Cash has all the potential that Bitcoin does and more. It's the better Bitcoin. And Bitcoin Cash, they can exist. They can coexist. Anybody watching this saying, well, Bitcoin Cash, it's a competition. There can only be one. Bitcoin clearly won, so Bitcoin Cash isn't worth it. That's poor logic. Bitcoin is aiming to be a store of value. Bitcoin Cash has only ever aimed to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. There can be a crypto that competes with the dollar and a crypto that competes with gold. And even though they're hard, it's only, I think, destiny. It's fate that both of these coins would be bred from the same Genesis block. Bitcoin Cash, people think of Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash like this. I normally have something to help me with this, but I don't. So let's imagine this is the path of Bitcoin. And then this is the path of Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash forked off. That's not what it is. Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash both evenly split off into their own avenues, right? If anything, Bitcoin, when it was first created, was always designed to be peer-to-peer electronic cash. That's what it says in the headline on the white paper. Peer-to-peer electronic cash. The only coin that diverged from that is Bitcoin. It became store value coin. Bitcoin Cash is still peer-to-peer electronic cash. If anything, it's more appropriate to say Bitcoin split off, not Bitcoin Cash. And when people figure that out, when people piece that together, that there can be two, because they're actually not the same thing at all. Again, it's a matter of time. It's just a matter of time before we see the same all-time high prices Bitcoin has and then some. And I would think by 2030, Bitcoin Cash will be worth multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars. If it's not 2030, then somewhere thereabouts. And again, boo-hoo, let's say we're not worth 200,000. Let's say we're not worth multiples of that. Let's say we're worth a third of that, which would be roughly 70K, a little bit below 70K. Let's go to 60K. Let's just make it really pessimistic. That's 100x. It will be the easiest 100. You know what 100x is? Are you somebody who like me, you grew up in a trailer? Am I in this right here? Yeah, like me, you grew up without a lot of money, right? You had great parents. I had great parents. I love my parents. We did not have a lot of money. We lived in a good place. A lot of love, tons of love, best parents ever. We did not have a lot of money. Are you like me? Did you grow up like that? Have you never in your dreams imagined that you would have $100,000 just sitting in your bank account? If you take $1,000 right now, you can get a 100x. It's just going to take you time. All you got to do is sleep on it. And you'll make that in time as well if you save. You know, you can make that money if you save, but with $1,000 investment, let alone more if you have more in savings. If you only have $100, 100x from $100 is $10,000. If you're 25, you could have $10,000 in your savings account by the age of 30 just by sleeping at a minimum. And by the way, again, when I say 10,000, that's only if in the next 5 years we only get a 100x. We're going to get more than that. We're going to get more than that. And then you build from that. You take your little money that turns into hefty money, and then you build from there. Then you really start to have fun. Then you start to, then things really kick off, man. This is a golden opportunity. People are coming around to it. Because at this point, back here, the reason why Bitcoin Cash got written off, I really think is because of the block wars, right? There's a lot of bad blood between B cashers and B coiners. Whatever. I think B casher is kind of cool. We are B cashers. I don't know. We're the B trashers, baby. One man's trash is another man's treasure, and we have found gold. Absolutely we have. Jimmy Song, Tone Vase, Roger Ver, they all made asses out of themselves. They were picking on our Roger back there, and no offense to Roger Ver. I like Roger Ver. He genuinely reminds me of one of my best friends, one of the most compassionate souls I've ever met in my life, and I can tell Roger Ver has a good heart, but he did not make himself look good back here, and Jimmy Song and Tone Vase were having a ball doing that to him. And because of that, I think that left a bad taste in people's mouth for crypto. The people watching this video here, you don't even know who I'm talking about because you're a whole new class of investors, which means that there are more investors now who aren't aware of the bad blood that happened back here. They don't care about that. It's irrelevant. It's back there. I was around for it. It's irrelevant now. It doesn't matter. All they care about is the chart. All they care about is the fundamentals. And when you look at the fundamentals behind Bitcoin Cash, there's no conclusive way to go about it other than establishing the thought that Bitcoin Cash is the better Bitcoin. It is the better peer-to-peer cash electronic system. It's faster, it's cheaper. Even if it was at the same price that Bitcoin's at now, it would still be faster, it would still be cheaper, and it would be more secure, probably more decentralized at that point too. Why am I ranting so much? It's because this will be the easiest. We have beat around the bush enough. I'm going to stop beating around the bush, okay? This will be the only time in your life, anybody watching this video, that you will have an easy as this and most obvious opportunity to snag something that will give you within a 10-year period to a 20-year period a 1,000x return. A 10 to 20-year period will provide you a 1,000x return or more. This is the easiest. We've stepped it up. We've scaled it up from 100x, multi-100x. Undoubtedly, as long as you're not like 80 and on your deathbed or something, you have good health, you're expected to be around. Undoubtedly, almost every person watching this video If you buy now and you never sell your Bitcoin Cash, it will only be a matter of time before you see a 1000x. You can say that. You can say that, and your grandkids will thank you. But I've got nothing else for you. I'm just talking at this point. let's do the TA. We got a lot of volume. $558. We have broken out of our range that we found support and resistance at. We broke out of it immaculately. We saw a fake out to the downside, and this fake out is exactly what we were theorizing could happen on this day. If we went lower, it'd be a short-lived experience, and then we'd rip back to the upside. You guys, we're breaking out to the upside now. We've got 2 days closing above this pattern that we've really been in since October for about a month. We're one of the most bullishly postured charts in crypto. You've got this consolidation phase that you've had since March of 2024. Rejected. Now you're doing something different. Yes, you found resistance, but it's different than how you rejected here, right? Different behavior begets different results. And when we break out of this, when we actually break out of this, it's not this area that we're breaking out of. It's this whole damn thing. And we're going to see a move that represents that. It's going to be massive. It's going to be huge. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's aware of it. And if you want to invest in what is going to be the next Zcash, the next Dash, right? You wish you bought Zcash before the pump. You wish you bought Dash before the pump. Here it is. But C-Zar, it's up 25% from the low. Should I wait for it to come back? Did you hear anything that I just said? Wait if you want to. Maybe it comes back a little bit. Maybe. I don't think it will. I think as the days go on, every day that I talk about Bitcoin Cash, which will probably be every day now until this pump is done, every day that we talk about Bitcoin Cash will probably be at a higher price from where it is now. And then tomorrow, and then the next day, it'll keep going. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. We are breaking out of this range and simultaneously breaking out of this as well. We're breaking out of our downtrend and we broke out of our consolidation phase. What's coming next? It's only the thing that we've been talking about for years. Timing is not on our side with this, but it kind of is. We've only had more time to accumulate, if anything. Here we go. Hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you on the next one. $4,000 is coming in hot. Take care. Bye-bye.